Yo guys, your fellow audio scientist here. You know it's real when the lights are off. I'm not doing this pretty YouTube thing. Today, we are going to test out these AI music detectors and see if they're really good and can you trust these AI music detectors. The reason this conversation is important is because if I'm a Spotify and I run an AI music detection software and I misflag half or more of the people on my platform, what happens when those people get demonetized or when they get kicked off a platform falsely? So that's what we're going to test in this video to see if these narratives about AI music detectors are real or if they're just, lying to us. Well, I guess they were not lying to us, but how good are they is the question at hand. So we're going to I have a new plugin and I've been super focused on this plugin. And basically the plugin is built to clean up AI. It's built to add the analog feel to pull out the density of a song and make it sound more loud and more realistic. So we're going to run it on this song here. Now, one thing I noticed about AI music detectors, they want really small files. Okay, so we're going to run this on the site's Submit Hub. We're talking about Submit Hub, the site you guys go to like track your stuff. They have an AI song checker. We are going to theghostproduction.com. This is a new AI music detector that's on the scene. Another one's called Aha Music. This one's been glitching lately, so hopefully this even works today. And the last one is called Let's Submit. So we're going to use all these websites. Now, the key is they want files that are a certain size. Now, this site made it very clear. Let me see if it tells you. So it says max 20 megabytes. WAV files are not going to come out as 20 megabytes as a typical song that's 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So it seems like they're leaning towards wanting people to upload MP3s. And as we went I'll show you guys videos from the past, we showed how when you export to MP3, it introduces what are called artifacts. And these AI music detectors are saying that something's AI just because it's in the MP3 form. And we showed that in the last video. So what we're gonna have to do, as our experiment today is we're gonna print the song as an MP3. Okay, so here's before the plugin that we're gonna use today. All right, now let's turn it on. Now we have a button called AI Master, so this will basically master it for us. Let's just we need to find the loudest part of the song. All right, hit AI Master, and it will master it for us.
Touching my skin.
Now I'm going to put my little tweak to it. As a producer, you can go way deeper with this sound here. Let's go to the master tab, go to transformer and switch it to mid mode. Let's add a compressor in here. Let's also go to the master and turn up the density. This is the thing that gives it that weight. So here's before. All right, now let's turn it back on. Let's make it a little bit wider. So here's before. After. All right, so we're not going to push it too loudly. Now we're going to export this as an MP3. And now remember, in the in the last experiment, we exported the song as a wave and then we did MP3. And just simply by converting it to MP3, the AI music detector said it was more AI just because there's more artifacts. Okay, so that just shows that these systems aren't even really calibrated properly. All right, so let's test this. We have to name it something realistic. So let's call Ready Up, and then we'll say Mix 7, just so it looks like a real song. And we're gonna go MP3. We're gonna do 320, where's MP3? Why is it blocked? Let me figure this out, guys. All right, so we're gonna do 320 kilobits per second. This is CD quality, and it should give us a file that's about 7 megabytes. All right, so again, guys, as a recap, the way these websites kind of already start off in the wrong way is that they can't accept WAV files, but you have to have such a small song that most people won't submit a song that's that small in WAV form. So chances are you're going to upload an MP3. So from the jump, they're already creating a scenario that introduces a ton of artifact And their systems are built to detect this like MP3 smeary artifact thing. And we've tricked it before with the wave because, like I said before in the last video, the wave file gave us, let's say, 8% AI. And then when we converted it to MP3, it says 16%. Just by converting a file from a wave to an MP3, the AI music detector said that it had more AI in it, which was not the case. All right, so let's drag this into each website and see what it says per file. So keep in mind, we're using the consumer fronting software. These are only the websites that we have access to. And we have to remember that these websites, I would assume, are built to get people to buy stuff. So they're going to deliver a message that makes people want to buy their service or their upsell or whatever the thing is. So the question is, especially through Submit Hub, if we're submitting a song through Submit Hub, which people trust before they, track their Spotify plays and all this, if this is inaccurate, then how can we place trust on a greater platform like Spotify or you guys' whatever your favorite streaming website is? Because like I said, these detectors all give us different results. Okay, now this site wants you to pay to see how much percentage of AI. So that's kind of a waste of time. This one says detection failed. So this site just hasn't been working ever since we made our expose video. And let's see, let's analyze. This one I didn't analyze. So Submit Hub's taking awfully long. Now I've made 3 videos since, and now it magically timed out. Okay, so let's try this one more time. It says third-party streaming services compress audio, which reduces detection accuracy. This is their scapegoat. Oh, it reduces detection accuracy. Please do not make accusations based on these results. This is clearly because we made a video. For more reliable results, we recommend testing uncompressed MP3s and wave. What is an uncompressed MP3? The definition of MP3 is make it smaller. Doesn't even make sense. Okay, so you guys see how they try to trick us with this language, all right? So this website, again, is not very clear. It does say AI music detector. We're going to test it on a human song, and what I'm going to do is lower the quality of the human song and see if it thinks that it's AI. So it says AI, 100% probability. Okay, now that's the MP3. Now what I'm going to do now is put out a song. Now they can also be looking at different factors like the name on the file, the specific harmonic distribution. My guess is that they also look at the song length. A lot of Suno songs end at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So they could just train off of just stuff that isn't even in the file itself, like the actual audio. So what we're going to do is export just a small portion of the song, not the entire song.
Feel you through every single touch, just in your pen, writing my love story ever much deep in my skin. Feeling that has never risen up, 1 in a million. You're so unique, you fill me up.
Let's also clean up. Let's use the clean tool. Let's hit auto clean.
Feel you through every single touch, just in your pen.
That will clean up some of the AI artifacts.
Writing my love story ever much deep in my skin. Feeling that has never risen up, 1 in a million. You're so unique, you fill me up.
All right, here's before. All right, now what we're gonna do is export just a small piece as a wave and show you guys that it's not gonna say, 100%. It's just gonna just give us, let's rename it too. Let's name it like, let's make up a name and then put this, and then let's put mix and then some random number. Actually, let's not put the word mix. Let's just put like some number. Okay, let's hit wave, and we need to see the file size. So this is 20 megabytes and 0.72. So we need a smaller increment. So let's just make it somewhere from here to here. Again, I doubt these systems know what a real song actually looks like from beginning to end. So let's go to desktop. Boom. Let's give it a random name. All right, so this one says 16 megabytes. We're going to do this as a wave. All right. This is also worth mentioning. On Submit Hub, they brag about having all these users, 1.5 million users with nearly 2,000 curators, but they're using this system, some kind of system, the AI song checker, and they can't even tell what's AI and what's human. We've tested this many times and it can't tell. Okay. So the fact that this can't even tell, how will humans tell if the AI detector can't even tell if stuff is AI or not? Let's drag this WAV file into this website and let's try this on the different websites. Now, normally I should probably change, we should have more variation. Like for example, if I use the VPN, for example, so they don't just see the same IP over and over and over again, because that could influence some of these results as well. All right, so we're going to test all these websites. We have 1, 2, 3. All right, this one keeps timing out. I wonder if they're doing this because I don't know, but that's interesting. Ever since we made our video, this thing has been timing out lately. All right, this one still says the same thing. It's not very clear. It doesn't say what percentage. It doesn't say how. So the next thing we need to test is a human song, and we're going to degrade it to see if it thinks that it's AI. All right, now this one, we got to analyze this new version. Again, we're getting the same results from Submit Hub. Ever since our video series, this thing has been saying timed out every single time. Okay, so that's interesting. Again, this site is very vague. It doesn't really give you any information. All right, now this one thinks it's AI generated, 97%. Now let's see if we can trick it with human music. Now I'm curious if they just said AI music everything because they turned the weights up because we made the videos. So now we're going to test if these sites are just saying that stuff is AI music generated because of the sound quality. So what we're going to do is take this song here. That I recorded. It's all my beat and then my vocal. So what we're going to do is purposely degrade the song. Let's hit Control L. We're going to send it to the mixer and give it frequencies that an AI would normally have. So first we're going to cut the lows, and then we're going to boost really sharply around, let's say 8K. And then we're going to hollow out some of the stuff that gives it the density. And just turn up the... Now we need to make it super linear, so let's squash it with some kind of limiter, like FL limiter, something very squashy sounding. Just lower the ceiling. That's just how it happens, so I'ma get down. It's around and it's all reciprocal sound been going down. But I'ma get down. And now let's mess with the threshold. But I'ma get down. But I'ma get down. Another way to get from. That's just how it happens, so I'ma get down. It's gonna around. All right, so we're trying to degrade the sound as much as possible. Now let's go to where it says file. Let's go to export. Let's go to MP3. Let's go to desktop. And let's export this. Let's say low. Well, let's say emo track. Let's just name it something very basic. Let's hit save. And then let's do a low quality. Let's do 80. Let's do 96 kilobits. So very low quality. And let's export this. Now the goal with this test is to see if these AI music detectors are just picking up on artifacts or if it's truly thinking that something is AI. So we're going to go to Submit Hub, drag this in, and let's see if this times out again on us. All right, so it's analyzing. Next, we're going to go to this website, see what this says here, drag this in, boom. And lastly, let's see what this site here says, and we need to make sure we hit the analyze button for it to actually read. So the common theme that I've seen ever since our video series exposing these websites and these services, they all are like magically in maintenance mode. So let's see what this has to say. Now this says it's human music. This one says it's not really sure. So this website shows that it has no idea what human stuff is and what AI is. We even tested this with an AI from Google. Let me find that file. All right, so it's safe to say that Submit Hub's tool doesn't work anymore, at least on my side of things. It says this is taking longer than expected. Something might be wrong with our servers. Try again. So they clearly are either trying to fix this or we just exposed it for what it was. Now this website, this seems to be the most aware of AI. I can't say it's accurate because it's just saying everything is AI. Okay. Now, in the last one it said human made, but it doesn't say how much of each it thinks it is. And this website It says not really sure. So we can say it's safe to say this website just literally has no clue. It's just guessing. Now what we're going to do is take a Google, the generation we did before is Suno V5.5, and it is in a genre that I normally wouldn't produce, which is like EDM pop. Now I'm curious if they compare that with our other uploads. There's so many things we got to test. Like for example, if I change my IP and I upload a different genre, does it know that I uploaded hip hop before and now it sees I uploaded EDM? So now it's like guessing that there's an incongruity. So there's a lot of things we need to test with this. So basically the Google AI called Lyria 3 Pro. This is the generation here. This is not a Suno generation. And then we're going to run it through the AI mastering version 4. And then we're going to go to init to reset.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know.
Let's hit AI master and it will master the song for us.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know. Everything's gold in the afterglow.
We can hit auto clean. I don't think this track needs to be clean, but let's hit auto clean.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know. Everything's gold in the afterglow.
All right, now let's go to the compressor. I'm going to add my like touch as a mixing engineer here. Just turn up the compressor.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know.
And let's mess with the analog circuit here.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know. Everything's gold in the afterglow.
Got a little bass.
Indigo, just let the feeling flow.
So we took the song from sounding like this.
Catching a fire in the shadows we know.
To this.
Everything's gold in the afterglow. Indigo, just let the feeling flow. We found a comfort on
before.
A quiet stage, tracing patterns where the shadows play, thinking about the beauty of the day. Every heartbeat is a drum that's true, locked in with the frequency of you. Oh. Wait for the indigo, watch the lights begin to show. Catching the fire in the shadows we know. Everything's gold in the afterglow. Indigo, just let the feel.
So it just has a little more depth. We're going to export this as an MP3 and let's export this to the desktop. Let's call this, let's make up some random song. Let's just say Mix 7 and then say Indigo. And then put like a DAW. Just try to throw off the machines. We're going to put MP3. Now, again, there's a lot more variables we can't test. Like, are they reading our IP address, looking at our past submissions? Are they looking at the genre to genre mix as we upload to these sites? There's a lot of things we don't know that could be influencing these outputs. So just because it says AI doesn't mean that it actually knows that something's AI. All right, so let's export as MP3 320 and let's export this. All right, guys, I just thought of a way that the site called SubmitHub could have figured out my specific account to target me from stop uploading. They could look at my name of my file and they could look at how many days ago and they could just simply just say my IP's blocked. So I want to see if you guys actually can upload to the service because I find it very odd after our series that magically we can't upload to the site anymore. So test this in the comments and let me know if this site works for you guys as well. Or maybe it's just a universal thing. But you guys see how like you start exposing these companies and they try to keep you silent for the truth. It's really crazy. All right, so let's upload these, analyze, see what these sites have to say. So this song is 100% AI. All we did was run it through the BusyWorks Beats AI mastering tool at busyworksbeats.com/AI. And if it gives us a different result, then the only influence we had over the output is that plugin specifically. So SubmitHub is not giving us a result. It looks like the Ghost production thinks that this is human made. And this is something that we have to pay attention to because Google's Lyria 3 Pro is the most sonically accurate AI music detector that I've heard. Suno has great song ability and excitement in the music, but it doesn't have the sonics of a real song. Google's Lyria 3 Pro has the sonics of a real song. and we just tricked this site. Okay. So this one says AI generated probably. It doesn't really say if it, no. Okay. So this site that had the most accuracy is actually the most inaccurate. Okay. And the site that kind of was guessing, it now seems to be guessing in the right direction. So you guys can see how the results are all over the place. There's no one consensus for AI music. And again, like I said, Submit Hub keeps timing out, which shows me that clearly we're either being blocked via IP or they're just simply trying to maintain this feature on their website. You guys let me know if you guys can even use this service on your end. But that is how anybody can trick these AI music detectors. This is all a big front, in my opinion. There's no such thing as AI music detection. Thank you guys for watching this experiment live. I want to thank you guys. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com.